Cool sign. Millie made the sign. And tonight she becomes your bride.
Well done.
Today we are here to celebrate the marriage of Michael Hansen and Jodie Maas. And I would like to welcome you on behalf of both them and their parents, Melly and Christine, and Des and Irene, to this very special occasion in this amazingly beautiful place. We come here as more than just spectators. We come here as enthusiastic witnesses to their special day, to stand alongside them as they make their promises and commitments to each other, and to show our total support for them as they step out of this exciting new stage in their life. Who gives this woman in marriage?
Her mother and I do.
What do you say at a wedding that hasn't been said many times before? Probably there's very little, but you see the idea of a loving couple standing up to make a public declaration of their commitment to each other is as old as recorded history itself. Can everybody hear me? Roughly? Yep. Okay. And yet it is as fresh and exciting as it ever was. Today we see Mike and Jodie Ann making this very special step their own. There is nothing mundane or ordinary about it. In spite of all that modernity throws at the idea of marriage, deep within the human psyche there is the need to love and be loved and to be treated by another as the most special person in the world to them. There is literally no greater compliment that can be paid to another than to be sought out to be one's life's partner. And for this couple, this is true today. The always remarkable set of circumstances that need to line up for a couple to bring their relationship to this special point has the odds stacked firmly against it ever occurring. And yet here we stand. Despite being raised in very different parts of the country and growing up in different schools and social circles, choosing different careers and separately growing into strong individuals, they have defied the odds and found each other, and what's more, fallen in love with each other. Today they stand here with a strong resolve to spend the rest of their lives together. Soon we will be hearing the simple but profound promises they make to each other as they look forward with the confidence and optimism that is the great strength of youth. On one level, marriage is a legal contract between a man and a woman to be domestic partners for life, and we will see this side of marriage accomplished here today. But of course, there's so much more than that. The real essence of a marriage ceremony is the vows that the couple make to each other, which show the real intent of the relationship. The cold, hard, factual agreement to be a couple holds nothing to the softer, gentler and truer meaning of this day. No one can force two strong individuals to open themselves up to the vulnerability of offering that very self to another and exposing their emotional heart to the safekeeping of someone else. This is a step of faith, and I think perhaps is what makes this day so exciting. It is a sense of stepping out into the future, the unknown, the unscripted, and this day marks that launching of two lives to become one on so many levels. It is the letting go of the me and the embracing of the us, or the we. At this point, I would ask Anna Louise to come and read a special passage of scripture that Mike and Jodie Ann have chosen. Thanks, Anna Louise. Anna Louise and help her.
This passage is from 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verses 4 to 8. Love is patient, love is kind, never jealous or envious, never boastful or proud. It does not insist on its own way, it is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice in wrongdoing, but rejoices in the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres.
Thank you very much, Anna Louise. These words were first penned by an inspired writer some 2,000 years ago, but still ring so true today. And the wisdom contained in this short reading provides a solid base needed on which to build a strong marriage. Mike and Jodie Ann, today I would like to honour you for choosing these words to be read. The genesis of these words is the same that made all you see around you and formed the very idea of marriage. I want to leave two short comments with you and those assembled to share this day with you. Firstly, to acknowledge God is the wisest thing you can ever do as a couple. You have begun well today by doing so, and by choosing the reading we've just heard. As you grow together and your marriage bond strengthens, and to ensure it does, you can do no better than to give serious thoughts to the things that really matter. The greatest of these is, what is really true regarding yourselves and the author of all you see around you, and then to pursue that with a strong purpose. It is easy to drift along in these matters, but one day you will need to give guidance to those that look up to you, and you will need good answers as to what you see as really important and most of all true. The one who constructed human love knows best how it works, and is the only source of the real answers in making the beautiful and sincere vows of your wedding day into a way of life that brings true joy to both yourselves and those who journey with you. And secondly, I would like to pick up on a simple idea from those verses you chose that truly sums up what will go a long way in making your marriage into all that you anticipate it to be. This is the idea of unselfishness. Remember, we read love is kind, not self-seeking, what we heard. An easy idea to define perhaps, but probably the hardest thing there is to construct into our lives. Every bone in our body cries out, I'm number one. Almost every media source you encounter will reinforce your value and how you must look after or even pamper you. But today, You have heard of a better way, the exact opposite of the norm of our world, and it is presented as the very best way to live, and it is true. For you to be truly happy in your marriage, selfishness must take a back seat. While no marriage is perfect, as it is made up of imperfect people, the deep resolve and commitment to the betterment of the one you love, which you bring with you today, if fostered and protected, will lead to a deep contentment and peace in your relationship with each other. On the ground, unselfishness rolls out in those simple acts of kindness that a couple shows to each other. It is the taking of the opportunity not to point out the other's failure to get something right, or to comfort or encourage each other with a touch or a look, when it would be easier to discourage by some hurtful remark. Kindness is never saying something in front of others that would make your best friend respond defensively. Put down to form a barrier in our relationship that poison the soul. Mike and Jodie Ann, commit to that kindness today. It will overthrow through your family, through your own family, and out into those you interact with. Future generations will be the unwitting beneficiaries of that commitment to kindness. Your forebears of centuries past would have had many difficulties and hardships, and no doubt some of these were what brought them to these beautiful shores. What you both have been the recipients of is a result of the stable lives these people live. We've enjoyed strong home lives and great examples of how, and sometimes probably how not to act in a marriage. As I said, none of us are perfect. Now it's your turn, as a couple, to forge new adventures, to seek out new possibilities, and to lay down your own legacy of things that really matter and of things true and worthwhile. And may kindness be the backdrop to your lives and frame the picture of your marriage so that others will look at, admire, and want to emulate and make their own. For those of us who look on today at the enthusiasm and hope of this new marriage, let us resolve to learn from this day, to be kind to people, to those who love us, to be true of people, and to honour those who have put in the hard yards that bring about such an occasion as this. Let us resolve today to encircle this new family with our love in whatever form that takes. Maybe just a word of encouragement, or support, or guidance, or concern, or simply a listening ear or a helping hand, or perhaps a commitment to pray for them daily. Don't expect them to be perfect, but let us who witness these vows they will make to each other commit to doing what we can to enable them to fulfill them. A couple is an island, a surrounding community of those who care is like a beacon in the darkness or a compass in a storm, just doing what it does but life-saving when someone is struggling in a dark place. That is our role, and we gladly start that today as we surround you with our love and rejoice with you today. May the God of your forefathers lead you on into true joy and peace as you build your lives together. At this point I'd like to ask Pastor Phil to come forward.
Representing the cold hard facts.
This is the legal side.
I'm good with facts. Wonderful. That's good. Well, this is the forever and ever bit. You ready? Ready? So, Michael Owen Hansen, will you take Jodie Ann Valerie Maas as your wife in marriage? Will you love her, comfort her, honour her and keep her, in sickness and in health, and be faithful to her as long as you both shall live? I will. Jodie Ann Valerie Maas, will you take Michael Owen Hansen as your husband in marriage? Will you love him, comfort him, honour and keep him, in sickness and health, and be faithful to him as long as you both shall live? We will. Well, I'm done.
Thank you. Now we need some rings. There's some rings here somewhere. Oh, here we go. Someone like Now these are the vows that Mike and Jodie Ann have chosen, and I'm just going to lead them through them. I, Michael Owen Hansen,
I, Michael Owen Hansen,
take you, Jodie Ann Valerie Maas,
take you, Jodie Ann Valerie Maas,
for my lawful wife,
for my lawful wife,
to have and to hold from this day forward,
to have and to hold from this day forward,
for better, for worse,
for better, for worse,
for richer, for poorer,
for richer, for poor,
in sickness and in health.
in sickness and in health.
I will love and honour you all the days of my life.
I will love and honour you all the days of my life.
I give you this ring as a sign of the promises I have made to you today.
I give you this ring as a sign of the promises I have made to you.
Shaking a little bit. I, Jodie Ann Valerie Maas, take you, Michael Owen Hansen, for my lawful husband, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better and worse, for richer and poorer, in sickness and in health. I will love and honour you all the days of my life. I give you this ring as a sign of the promises I have made to you today. I now pronounce you husband and wife. Mike, you may kiss your bride. Okay, now it's time to sign the register.
Stand still, beauty and glow she is. I will be brave, I will not let anything stay away. I'm standing in front of me, every breath, every hour has come to this. One step closer. Every day waiting for you, darling, don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years, loved you for 1,000 more. And all along I believed I would find you, turning toward you hope to be. I have loved you for 1,000 years, loved you for 1,000 more. One step closer. One step closer. I have died every day waiting for you. Time and don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years. Love you for
rain, for each of you will be shelter for the other. Now you will feel no cold, for each of you will be warm to the other. Now there will be no loneliness, for each of you will be companion to the other. Now you are two persons, but there is only one life before you. May beauty surround you both in the journey ahead and through all the years. May happiness be your companion and your days together be good and long upon you. Treat yourselves and each other with respect and remind yourselves often of what brought you together. Give the highest priority to the tenderness, gentleness, and kindness that your connection deserves. When frustration, difficulties, and fear assail your relationship, as they threaten all relationships at one time or another, remember to focus on what is right between you, not only the part which seems wrong. Excuse me. In this way you can ride out the storms. When clouds hide the face of the sun in your lives, remembering that even if you lose sight of it for a moment, the sun is still there. And if each of you takes responsibility for the quality of your life together, it will be marked by abundance and delight.
Please be upstanding. A great pleasure in presenting to you Mr. and Mrs. Michael Hansen.
Well, you don't me in a bed, I felt it, try to beat you, giving it my best, and well, you're gonna stop me, but the violence is sensation, reckon it's against my